Hello guys, today we are going to solve some numericals based upon our first chapter, that is Introduction to Signal. So you can have a look and you can read the question that is on your screen. In that question it is given a 10 volt voltage source with a series resistance Rs whose value is 1 kilo ohm, along with a load is connected, and across the load we are taking our output, and this load resistance value is given as 100 kilo ohm, 10 kilo ohm, 1 kilo ohm and 100 ohm. For different values of RL, it is asked what is the value of my output. Now in this Thevenin form, this is the Thevenin voltage, this is the Thevenin resistance. So it looks like a voltage source with two resistors in series. So voltage source, there will be a voltage divider rule. So across the output, what will be voltage? V output is nothing but source voltage multiplied by load resistance divided by sum of load resistance plus source resistance. You know the value of Vs is given as 10 millivolt. RL, for different values of RL, you are going to put those values RL upon Rs is nothing but 1 kilo ohm plus RL. So for first case, put RL equal to 100 kilo ohm, both numerator and denominator. Similarly for second case, third case, fourth case, different values of RL, you are going to get a 4 different values of output. In the same question, it is asked if my V output, which is 80% of my source voltage, then what is the minimum permissible value of RL? My V output is 80% of Vs. My Vs is nothing but 10 millivolt. So for 80% of 10 millivolt is nothing but 80 by 100 multiplied by 10 millivolt. It is nothing but 8 millivolt. So for this, again you have to put this V out formula over here and you have to find this RL. So 8 millivolt is nothing but Vs is 10 millivolt multiplied by RL divided by Rs plus RL, and you are in this place of Rs you can put 1 kilo ohm. So from here you can get the value of RL. This is the first question. Okay. Now the second question that is on your screen. That is given a ultra high frequency TV broadcaster starting from a channel number 14. It means it is a TV broadcaster which is starting at channel number 14. Okay. So it is the frequency range given 470 to 806 megahertz. For each channel we need 6 megahertz bandwidth. Then total in this range how many possible channel can possible. So for that we have to find what is the bandwidth. One channel needs 6 bandwidth. So is 6 megahertz. So the total bandwidth of this ultra high frequency for this question is nothing but 806 minus 470, which is nothing but 336. It is the total megahertz range that is allotted to me. That is, here it is a 14. It is starting from 14, means this is the 470 megahertz and this last one is nothing but 806 megahertz. So the total difference of this two frequency, upper frequency minus lower frequency, is nothing but my bandwidth, which is 336 megahertz. So within this range, each channel needs 6 megahertz. So how many channel possible? 336 upon 6, 5, 6. So total 50 number of channel can be possible. From here to here there is 50 number of channels. So since it is 14, this will be 15, this will be 16, like this, this value will be 56 plus 14. It is going to give me a value 70. So from 14 to 70, there are total 56 number of channel possible, and each channel needs 6 megahertz. This range is 6. This is 6. Again, after 6 interval, my channel number is increasing. Okay. So this is the possible value of channel. This one the second question. This is the third question. It is asked that the D can be represented by a 4-bit binary digit, that is B3, B2, B1 and B0, and using this 4-bit I can represent my VA, that is the voltage level, amplitude, analog voltage level from 0 to 15. Okay, we know that for 4-bit number how many possible combination? 2 power 4, which is nothing but 16 possible combination. So from 0 to 15 there are 16, it can be represented by 16 possible combinations. That is 0 0 0 0 2, for 15 is nothing but 1 1 1 1. This is the representation. Now it is asked in the first part, A part, find the value of D for 0 1 to 15. So this is 0 0 0 0 is for my analog 0. 0 0 0 1 is for my analog value 1. 0 0 1 0 for 2. So for 15, 1 1 1 1. Okay, so this is the value of D using B3. This is my B3, B2, B1, B0. Using this bit, these are the value of D for this corresponding VA value. If in this question it is asked what is the value of for 10 or for 12. For 10 it will be 1 0 1 0, because 8 plus 2 is equal to 10. For 12, 8 plus 4 equal to 12. Okay. Now in this B part, it is asked what changes in VA if the 0 will be converted to 1 in my B0, B1, B2 and B3. So you can take any of these 4 examples. It does not matter, you take any one of these. Let's take the first one. For the B part, let's take the first one. It is given 0 0 0 0. This is the reference value given. Now in the first part I have to change my B0 value. B0 is this digit from 0 to 1. So it will become 0 0 0 and 1. So 0 0 0 1, which is nothing but a value of analog value of is nothing but 1. So this value will give me value 1. This value is nothing but 0. So there is a change of 1 volt. This is 1 volt, this is 0 volt. So there is a change of 1 volt. Now, if I change my B1, this is 0 0 0 0. So this is my B1. So the B1 is nothing but 0 0. I will change my B1 from 0 to 1. This value is nothing but 2 volt. So what is the change from this reference value to this value? Is nothing but a change of 2 volt. The third I will change my B2. This is my B2. So 0 1 0 0. It is nothing but 4 volt. So what will be the change between from this reference and this 0 1 0 1? Is nothing but my 4 volt. And the last one I will change B3, means this bit. This will become 1 0 0 0. It is nothing but value of 8. Okay. 8 means there is a change of 8 volt. So you can take any of this. If I will take this 0 0 1 0, this is the reference value, and if I change B0, is nothing but this value, and B1, if I change B1, if I change again B2, if I change B2, this is 0 1 0 0. If I change B3, 1 0 1 0. Okay, and this is 0 1 again 1 0. So this is nothing but 0 0 0 0. Okay, so I am changing. This is changing by B0. So this value is nothing but 3. This value is nothing but 2. So what is the change? There is a change of 1 volt. For the first case, this is a change of 1 volt. So there is a change of 1 volt. For second case, this value is 0. This value is 2. So what is the change? Means what is the difference? It is also 2 volt. So you can see from the second bit, from the B1 bit changing, it is changing a value of 2 volt. Similar for third case, this is nothing but 4 plus 2 equal to 6. So 6, here 2. So what is the difference? It's nothing but 4 volt. Here also 4 volt. This is 1 0 1 0. Is nothing but 8 plus 2 equal to 10. So what is the difference? It's nothing but 8. So this 8 volt. So you can take any of these 4 and you implement these changes. You will see there will be a difference of 1 volt, 2 volt, 3, 4 volt and 8 volt. Okay. Then the third part, it is asked if the value of VA is 5.2, then what will be the D? Okay. Given value of VA equal to 5.2 volt. I have to find my D. But using this 4-bit binary digit, I can't represent this fractional part. Because for fractional part, I need a bit more digits towards the after the fractional part. So here that is not given. Here only the 4 digit given. There is no fractional part. So I can't represent 5.2 in this D in terms of D. So I can take a approximate value near whole number is nothing but 5 volt. 5 or 6. Since 5 is more close to 5.2, I am taking 5. So 5 volt can be represented in terms of D using this 4 bit is nothing but 0 1 0 1. 4 plus 1 is nothing but 5. So this is the representation of D. Representation of D for 5 volt. Then now what is the error? Actual question it is given 5.2, but here I am taking 5. So the error is nothing but 5 minus 5.2 upon 5.2 into 100. This will be the error. So this is nothing but minus 0.2 upon 5.2 into 100. Okay. So this is 252, 26, 100 by 26, so nearly 4%, approximate to 4%. So this is the percentage of error. Okay. It is given in a voltage amplifier, my V output is decreased by 20% and a load of 1 kilo ohm is connected across it, then what will be my output resistance? So in a voltage amplifier, what is the diagram circuit model? This is a voltage controlled voltage source which is controlled by this input voltage. This is nothing but A V naught into Vi. This is my RL. Sorry, this is my output resistance R out. This is RL. Okay. So this is my output is decreased by 20%. So what is the output across it? The output across the load is nothing but there will be a voltage divider. Source voltage multiplied by load resistance divided by sum of resistance. So A V naught into Vi multiplied by RL divided by RL plus R naught. So it is given V out is decreased by 20%. Decreased by 20% means before if it was before 100, then it become now 80. If it will increase by 20% means if it is 100, then it will increase by 20% means it is 120. So anything that is decreased means we will multiply 0.8. If it is increased by that percent, if it is increased by 20%, then we will multiply 1.2 like this. Okay. So it is said that the output voltage is decreased by 20% when a load is connected. So before load, what was my output? It was nothing but A V naught Vi. When there is no load, this is open circuit. So this is the open circuit voltage gain. Nothing but V out upon V input equal to A V naught. This is the open circuit voltage gain. When a load of RL value is connected across it, then my output voltage will change to this value. It means before it was like this, now it become like this. So my V output upon A V naught V input. This is nothing but RL upon RL plus R naught. So this was the case when there was no load. Now it is the 80% reduction. So this value will give me .8 is nothing but RL value that we have to find. Our R naught, sorry, RL it is given as 1 kilo ohm. R naught that we have to find plus RL which is nothing but 1 kilo ohm. Why I wrote 0.8? Because it was before, it is said that it is decreased by 20%. Before it was 100, now diminished by 20% means it will become 80. So 80 upon 100, then what will it become? It will become 0.8. Before it was, now it was 80. Before it was 100. So 80 upon 100 means 8 by 10 is nothing but 0.8. If the same question was asked, what is the value? If my V output is increased by 35%, then what will be this I output? Then what I have to do? Before it was 100, now it become 135. So I have to write 135 upon 100 multiplied equal to this resistance. So similarly, it will become 1.35. So according to my question, it is decreased by 20 means this is 80 upon 100. That's why it become 0.8. Okay. Now, so this is the, from here you can find our R output value. In this question, it is given a voltage amplifier whose output, that open loop gain is given, input resistance, output resistance, load resistance is given, and it is asked what is the AV naught. It is given in dB and it is a simple value, that is V output upon V input, and the power gain. We know that for voltage amplifier the output, the gain 20 log AV is nothing but AV in dB. This is the formula for voltage and current, it is 20 log, for power it is 10 log. So it is given as 40. So this 20 log base 10 AV will become 40. So log base 10 AV, it is nothing but 40 upon 20 is nothing but 2. So what will be the value of AV? Then it will become 2. If it will become 10 power 2, then only it can possible, because log 10 base 10 will value give me, this 2 will come to this side, it will become 2 log 10 base 10 is nothing but 2, because this value will give me 1. Then only it is possible 2 equal to 2. It means my AB value is nothing but 10 power 2. So 40 dB correspond to 100 volt output voltage upon input voltage, that is volt upon volt. Okay. 40 means 100. If it is given 80 means it will become 10 power 4. If it is given 80 dB, then the voltage will become 10 power 4 volt per volt. Okay. Next, it is asked what is our power gain. What is our power gain? Power gain is nothing but P output upon P input. For that, we have to find output power and input power. What is output power? Is nothing but V output square upon load. Okay. And what is my input power? That is nothing but V input square upon R input. Because for this is the circuit. This is a voltage control voltage source whose value is A V naught Vi. This is Vi. This is R source. Here is a load resistor is connected. Source resistor RS. R input. This is the R input. This is source resistance. This is output resistance. This is load RL. So my input voltage is nothing but, power is nothing but across this resistor. Output power is nothing but across this resistor. That's why for output I have taken RL. For input I have taken R input. From here you say what is my V output? My V output is nothing but a voltage divider rule applied over here. So V output is nothing but A V naught Vi multiplied by RL divided by RL plus R output. Okay, so you will put over here the V out square, which is nothing but A V naught Vi RL upon RL plus R naught whole square divided by RL whole divided by V input square upon R input. Okay, so from here you can see this V input square, it will cancel out. What will remain? A V naught, whose value that we found 100 volt per volt, 100 multiplied by RL, it is given 1 kilo ohm divided by RL 1 kilo ohm plus R output is also 1 kilo ohm, its whole square divided by RL, again it is 1 kilo ohm whole divided by 1 upon Ri. 1 upon Ri value is given as, that is 10 kilo ohm. So from here you can calculate my power. AP. This is my AP. This is AP. Okay. So this is output power. This is input power. So that will give me a value AP. So this is my AP. Okay. So this is an important question. It is given in the Thevenin. You have to represent this circuit with a Thevenin equivalent. Okay, between this fourth terminal and this ground terminal. And then after applying a load resistor across this, we have to find the current across that. So how to solve the Thevenin form? For Thevenin form, we have to replace the whole circuit by a open circuit voltage source series with a source resistance. Okay, this whole circuit, this is fourth terminal, this is ground. Between this fourth and ground, we can replace this whole circuit by a voltage source with a resistor. So how to find this voltage source and with a resistor? So let's first see how to find this resistor. For finding the resistor, for finding the RS, what are the things that we have to do? We have to short circuit the voltage source, or in a circuit if it is given current source, then we have to open circuit the current source. Open circuit the current source. Okay, these are two things that you keep in your mind, that when a voltage source is there, you have to short that. If a current source is there, you have to open circuit that. And you have to see the equivalent resistance from this side. Means you will look from this side and see what are the equivalent resistance. Okay, this is the value of RS. Now, how to find this VOC? This VOC is nothing but the open circuit voltage between this fourth terminal and ground. It is 10 volt is applied, then we have to find the open circuit voltage across it. Okay, by dividing voltage divider rule, by applying Kirchhoff's current law or voltage law, we have to find the voltage across here. So let's solve this one. one more thing, we can do in this problem we can do simultaneously both RS and VOC simultaneously. As we will move towards the right side, we can do two processes at a time. So let's see in any way. First let's find what is the value of RS. So we are going to short circuit this path and we are going to replace what are the resistors that are there, we will keep that. So this is the case, this is 10, all are 10 kilo ohm. So we are seeing from this side. Okay, so how we will move, you see these two resistors are in parallel, so 10 will replace by 5 kilo ohm. 10 volt 10 kilo ohm parallel, then with that 10 a 10 kilo ohm is connected, again a 10 kilo ohm is here and a 10 kilo ohm is here and a 10 kilo ohm is here. Just I replace these two paths by a parallel circuit with a 5 kilo ohm. Now this 10, this 5, they are in series connection, so it will become 15, a value of 15 along with a parallel value of 10, along with here is a 10, here is a 10. Okay, these two 10 plus 5 will combine give me 15 kilo ohm. Now this 15, this 10, they are in parallel connection, so it is nothing but 15 into 10 upon 15 plus 10 is nothing but 25. These two are in parallel connection, so it is nothing but 150 upon 25. So 5, 30, 5, 6, it is giving me a value 6. These two will give me a value 6. So this can be equivalent to a 6 kilo ohm along with a series resistance of 10 kilo ohm along with a 10 kilo ohm parallel, and I am seeing from this side. Now this 10 and 6, they are in series connection, so it will become 16. Okay, and along with the 16 there is a 10 kilo ohm that is connected, and we are seeing from this side. Okay, is this clear or not? I just short circuit this 10 volt, then I move from, I am looking from that side, then I have to move from this side only, because it looks simple. This 10 kilo ohm, this 10 kilo ohm are in parallel. How? This is one node, this is one node. Between these two nodes there is one resistor, there is another resistor. Since two resistors are connected in parallel and there is a common node between these two, this is a common node, this is a common node, so they are in parallel. So 10 means 10 into 10 upon 10 plus 10. This is the rule for the resistor in parallel connection. So it is nothing but 100 upon 20, it is nothing but 5. So when the two resistors are equal, I can easily make it half for the parallel connection. It is 5 kilo ohm. Then this 10 and this 5 will combinedly give me 15. Now this whole is replaced by 15. Now this 15 whole plus this 10 are in parallel. Again 15 into 10 upon 25. This will give me a value 6. Means till this part, this circuit is giving me, these resistors are giving me a value 6. Now this 6 kilo ohm is a series connection with 10 kilo ohm. So it will give me a value 16. So now the 16 kilo ohm is in parallel connection with this 10 kilo ohm. So this 16 into 10 divided by 16 plus 10. So 160 upon 26, which is nothing but 26 6.15 is the equivalent resistance from this side. Okay, I am looking from this side, this is the equivalent resistance. But here the complication is that as I found this 6.15, now I have to find my VOC. For VOC I have to start from here, I have to divide current. Here the current is same, here the current will divide. Accordingly my whole scenario will change. So let's see that one. This is the equivalent resistance. Remember this value of equivalent resistance is 6.15. Okay. Now what we are going to do, we are going to find the voltage across this node. So voltage across this node is nothing but current across this resistor multiplied this 10 ohm. So how to find this current across this resistor is nothing but the current that is supplied from here. The current that is supplied from here, that current will divide into two parts, again that will divide into two parts like this. So in that way also we can solve. So let's do. So this is nothing but a 10 kilo ohm, along with a 10 kilo ohm is connected, along with a 10 kilo ohm here and a 10 kilo ohm. Here is a parallel 10 kilo ohm. Now these two, now we are seeing from this side to find the current. These two 10 they are in series connection, so it will give me a value 20 kilo ohm. It is 10, it is 10, it is 10, because Now I want to know what is the equivalent resistance, R equivalent. This is the RS. This is not my equivalent resistance. This is equivalent from, but for this side. For Thevenin case, this is the equivalent resistance. Now for finding the current, current is nothing but voltage upon equivalent resistance. So the equivalent resistance should be seen from this voltage side. Okay. For that, I'm looking from this way. That's why I simplified from my right side. For Thevenin case, I was looking from my right. That's why I'm simplifying from my left. But for finding R equivalent, for finding the current, I have to look from the voltage end and I have to simplify from that end only. So this is I have to find R equivalent. Now this 10 and 20, they are in parallel connection. So it is nothing but 10 into 20 upon 30. So it is nothing but 20 by 3. These two resistors can be replaced by one single resistor whose value is 20 by 3. Okay. Now, these 10 and 20 by 3 are in series. So 10 plus 20 by 3 is nothing but 50 by 3. These two 10, 20 can be replaced by a single resistor with a value 50 by 3. Now, this 10 kilo ohm and this 50 by 3 are in parallel connection. So 10 into 50 by 3 divided by 10 plus 50 by 3. So it is nothing but 500 by 3 divided by 380 by 3. It will cancel out, become 50 by 80. 50 by 80. So these two parallel connection can be replaced by a single resistor whose value is 50 by 8. Now these 10 and these 50 by 8 are in series. So it is nothing but 50 plus 80, 130 upon 8. Okay. This is nothing but my source voltage 10 volt with a series resistor whose value is 130 upon 8. This is the equivalent resistance from my voltage source side. Okay. So this is the equivalent resistance. Now I have to find my current, what is developing here. So what my current is nothing but voltage 10 divided by 130 by 8. This 8 will move to the numerator, it will become 80 upon 130, which is nothing but 8 by 13. Okay, so this is the current that is developing here. I mean from this voltage source. This is the 8 by 13. Now, this 8 by 13 will divide into two parts. One is I1, here is I2. Again, that I2 will divide into two parts, I2A and I2B. Then only I can find my voltage across that. So this process is lengthy, but let me solve that. Let me tell you once, so that you can do in any type of question, but I will tell you the shortest path also. So this is the current equal to 8 by 3. Now, this 8 by 3, it is the 8 by 13 ampere is flowing. Milliamperes, it is volt upon kilo ohm is nothing but 8 by 13 milliampere. From here a 10 kilo ohm is connected, and here the whole circuit again you have to replace by a single resistor. Then only my current division can be possible. So this is nothing but 10, 10, 20, 20 parallel 10. 20 by 3. Yes, 20 by 3 again series with 10. 50 by 3. So till this 4 resistor can be represented by 50 by 3. Now this 8 by 13 will divide into two parts. One to 10 kilo ohm, one to 50 by 3. So how to divide current in parallel connection? 8 by 13 main current, opposite branch resistance divided by sum of resistance. Okay. So this is the current that you will get here, that is I2, which is nothing but 80 by 13 divided by 80 by 3. So it will become 3 by 13. So the 3 by 13 is the current for I2. Now this 3 by 13 is here. Again that is 3 by 13 will divide into two parts. One is this 10 kilo ohm and other is nothing but the series connection of 2, that is 20 kilo ohm. Okay. Till here the current was 8 by 13 because 10 upon this is the current 8 by 13 that was coming over here, and then this 8 by 13 was divided in two parts. One is 10 kilo ohm for this part, and the whole representation of this 4 resistor can be replaced by 50 by 3. Now, according to the current division formula, it's nothing but supply current multiplied by opposite impedance resistance divided by sum of resistance. That value will give me value 3 by 13. It means for this branch, for this side I am getting 3 by 13, and for this branch will nothing but 8 by 13 minus 3 by 13 will be 5 by 13. For this branch it is 5 by 13. Okay, here it is coming 3 by 13. Now this 3 by 13 is divided into two paths. One is I2A and second one is I2B. So I want to know the value of I2B. So it is nothing but 3 by 13 multiplied by opposite branch resistance is nothing but 10. Opposite branch means I am looking for this branch current, that is for 20k, but I have to take the opposite branch resistance. This is the current divided rule. Divided by sum of resistance is nothing but 30k. So this 10, 10, 20k will cancel out. 3 by 30 is nothing but 3 by 39. It is the current, that is I2B. So since there is no other part after this resistor, so this current 3 by 39 will flow through these two resistors. Okay, so this 3 by 39 will flow through to this resistor. Then what will be the voltage across this 10 kilo ohm? My voltage is nothing but this voltage across this 10 kilo ohm is nothing but resistance value 10 kilo ohm 10 power 3 multiplied by 3 by 13 milliampere 10 power minus 3. This is my resistance, this is my current. So that will give me voltage is nothing but 30 upon 39. Okay, 30 upon 39, if I will divide, it will get 30 by 39, 0.4728 769, almost approximate to 0.77 value. Okay, so this is the value of output, that is the voltage across this 10 ohm, which is nothing but my VOC. Okay, so for finding the whole, to replace this whole circuit, I can replace by a VOC value which is nothing but 0.77 and a resistor value which value is 6.15. This process seems bit lengthy, but once you will practice this type of question, it will become easy for you. Now I can replace the whole circuit by a voltage source of 0.77 series with a resistance whose value is 6.15. This is plus minus my voltage source. Okay, so this is my plus minus voltage source. This is the 6.15 volt resistor. So it is a Thevenin equivalent between this ground 4 and ground. Okay. Now in the second part it is asked, if a load of 1.5 kilo ohm is connected between 4 and ground, then what will be the current across that load? So what it is asked, a load of 1.5 kilo ohm is connected. Before it was 6.15 kilo ohm. This voltage was 0.77 volt. It is 1.5 kilo ohm. So what is the current? The current is nothing but 0.77 divided by sum of this resistance, 6.15 plus 1.5. How to find the current? Voltage upon resistance. Similarly, we found for this case 10 volt upon the whole equivalent resistance. Then we found a current of 3 by 13, I think 8 by 13. So similarly, here the current is nothing but voltage upon equivalent resistance. So equivalent resistance means I am looking from this side. So equivalent resistance are the series connection of 2, 6.15 divided by 1.5. So whatever the value that will get, that is the load current. Okay. So this is the way you have to solve this Thevenin circuit. First you have to find the equivalent resistance by sorting this voltage source. You have to look from this side and you have to simplify from this side. That you will get 6.15. That is first case. Second case, you have to find the voltage across this output open circuit voltage across this, which is nothing but the current in this circuit multiplied by this resistance. So to find the current across in this circuit, we have to start from here. So we simplified from here, we found the equivalent resistance. Then we divide 10 upon equivalent resistance, that is the current, that is 8 by 13. That 8 by 13 is divided into two parts. One is equivalent circuit of this resistor, one is 10 kilo ohm. So this is the 3 by 13, this is 5 by 13. 3 by 13, 5 by 13 will combinedly give me 8 by 13. Then this 3 by 13 current will again divide into two parts. One is 20 kilo ohm, one is 10 kilo ohm. So what I found, my current 3 by 39, I found my current across this resistor, across this path, 3 by 39 milliampere. Then 3 by 39 current multiplied by this resistance will give me a value 0.77, that is the voltage across 4 and ground. This is the open circuit voltage. Okay. Is given, we have to write the sinusoidal waveform for this 4 type of equation. Okay. So the first one is given 10 volt peak and amplitude and a 10 kilohertz frequency. So what is the standard form of sine waveform? Is nothing but AM sine omega t, that is equal to AM sine 2 pi ft. This AM is nothing but the maximum amplitude of this. This is my AM. Okay, this value is equal to AM, that is the maximum amplitude. So in this case it is given 10 volt peak. Peak means it is amplitude into sine 2 pi ft. So 2 pi into f is nothing but 10 into 10 power 3 t. So this is for the first one, sine representation. Then the second one is set to 120 volt RMS and 60 hertz frequency. Here it should be a maximum amplitude AM, but here it is given RMS. So how to convert this RMS into peak? So peak amplitude AM is nothing but V RMS into root 2. So my peak amplitude for this case will become 120 root 2 into sine 2 pi, f is given 60. You have to see when it is 10 kilohertz, that's why I put 10 power 3 again. Here only 60 hertz, so only 60 is there. So this is for the second part. When RMS value is there, you have to convert into multiplying by root 2, then only it can be formed, that is in peak form. The third one is given 0.2 volt peak to peak and 100 radian per second. In these two cases it was given frequency, it is okay, but for here it is radian. Radian means 2 pi f. This is in terms of radian. W is nothing, unit of W is nothing but radian per second, that is radian per second is given 1000, means directly W is given. And one more thing, 0.2 peak to peak. What is peak to peak? From here to here, one peak to other peak, it is called peak to peak. So if this is peak to peak, then what will be my peak value? Is nothing but half of this one. So this is the half of this one, means 0.2 half, it will become 0.1. This is the peak, because 0.2 is the peak to peak. So this is 0.1, this is 0.1, that is peak value. Sine 2 pi ft means omega t. 2 pi f means omega, so directly it is given 1000. Okay, this is the W value given. For the fourth part, it is given 1000 millivolt. So amplitude is given 1000 millivolt peak. 1000 millivolt is nothing but 10 power minus 3 minus 100 millivolt. 100 into 10 power minus 3 volt into sine. This is the amplitude, peak amplitude. Sine 2 pi ft, 2 pi f, that is nothing but frequency. Here in this question it is given period, that is time period. So what is frequency? 1 upon time period. It is 1 millisecond. So 1 upon 1 millisecond is nothing but 1 kilohertz. So it is nothing but 1 kilohertz means 10 power 3 hertz into this t is there. This t and this t both are different. This is the time period. This is the time axis. Okay. Here it is asked that what is the voltage gain, current gain and power gain, and also they all are in dB. So this is the input voltage, input current, output voltage, load resistor. So what is our AV? That is nothing but V out upon V input. It is nothing but 10 volt upon 100 millivolt, 10 power minus 3. So 10 power minus 3, 10 power 2, it will become 100, 10 will become move to numerator, it will become 100. Okay, if we solve this one, it will become 100 volt upon volt. So again, if I will convert in dB, it will become 20 log 100 is nothing but 40 dB. What is our current gain? Current gain is nothing but I output upon I input. I input is given 100 microampere. What is I output? I output is nothing but V output upon load resistor. So this is nothing but 10 volt divided by 100 ohm divided by 10 power 6. Here it is 10 power 2 minus 6, that is 10 power minus 4. So it is nothing but 1 by, so 10 power 5. 10 power, this will give me 10 power minus 1. This is 10 power, this will give me 10 power 1 upon 10 is nothing but 10 power minus 1. It is 10 power moved to the top. It will become 10 upon 10 power minus 2. It is nothing but it will move to the 10 power 3, it is nothing but 1000 volt upon volt. And in dB it will give me value 20 log 1000. So 1000 means 10 power 3. So 3 will move to the here, it will become 60 dB. Okay. Now what is our power gain? AP is nothing but AV into AI. Simply we can multiply 1000, that is 100 for this AV and 1000 for this AI. That is nothing but 10 power 5 volt, power upon watt. Or if I will convert in AP in dB, it will become 10 log 10 power 5 is nothing but 50 dB. Because for power we multiply 10, for voltage and current we multiply 20. So similarly for the first one there are other two numericals are there. Just changing the values, you can use these formulas. Okay. In this question you can see I have solved this one because this is taking much time. That's why I solved, so that it will become less time to understand you. In this question it is given a source is there. This is the source part, which source voltage is this. Vs is 10 millivolt. Source resistance is 100 kilo ohm. This is for the source part. And a load is connected 100 ohm, that is RL over here. Between this source and load there is a two voltage amplifier, one is A, one is B. So from here to here this is amplifier A. Okay, from here to here this is amplifier A. So for amplifier A the gain is given 100 volt per volt. This is the gain AV0. This is V input, this is V output. So this is nothing but AV0 VI. This AV0 is 100, it is given. R input, it is given 10 kilo ohm for A. R output, it is given 10 kilo ohm. Now from here to here it is my voltage amplifier B, that is 1 volt, that is the gain. 100 kilo ohm is the input resistance, this is RIB. This is 100 ohm, that is the R output, is nothing but this R0 B, R output B. Okay, so this is a two voltage amplifier A and B. They are cascaded between a source and a load. This is A, this is B. This is for the amplifier A, and this part is for my amplifier B. Okay. Now it is asked how our amplifier should be connected. This is the connection. How amplifier should be connected? If it is not there, it was given only source and load is there, and my two amplifier A and B are cascaded. So this will be the connection for this. So this is source part, this is amplifier A, this is amplifier B, this is load part. Now, so what will be the gain if I will connect like this? S, this is source. S, A, B, this is load. S, A, B, L, what will be the gain? If I will replace A and B, if I will put B part over here and A part over here, S, B, A, L, then what will be the gain? Then it is asked which one is the best. Okay, so let's take first the first one, that is S, A, B, L, means source, amplifier A, amplifier B, and then the load. In SABL, what will be my load output voltage, which is across the load? This is my output voltage across the load. So what is gain? Output upon source. So V out upon V source, which is nothing but V out upon this gain, then this gain upon part B gain upon part A gain, then part A gain upon the source voltage. So this is the voltage gain, that is V output upon V input B, then V input B to V input A for these two, then V input A to source for these two. Okay, so this is the V out upon V input. So how to find this V out upon V input? Let's take for this one. Okay, for output this is V output upon V input A. If this is a input resistance whose value is, let's take, this is V input, and across which resistor R input is there, and a voltage control voltage source whose value is AV into V input, and a load resistor is there, and output resistor is there and load is there. What will be the gain? V output. My V output is nothing but A V naught Vi into RL upon RL plus R naught. Okay, this is the output voltage, which is nothing but this voltage. There will be voltage divider. This voltage multiplied by this resistance divided by sum of resistance. So my V out upon V input, which is nothing but my AV. What will be the value? AV naught RL upon RL plus R naught. So this is the case. Whenever a voltage means gain is there, we have to find the gain. We have to take the open loop gain multiplied by output load resistor divided by the load resistor plus output resistor. Now for this part, for V out upon VIB, that is for this part. This is the gain AV0. You can see this AV0 is 1 volt per volt. Then RL, load value is given 100 ohm. Here it is 100. RL plus R0, 100 plus R0 for B. This is for R0 for B is nothing but 100 ohm. So this is 100 upon 100 plus 100. This is the value. Now next, we want to know what is the VIB upon VIA. So what is the VIB upon VIA? Is nothing but the gain of this VIA multiplied by this load of B divided by this load of B plus output resistance. So what is the gain of A, which is nothing but 100 volt per volt, multiplied by this R output B, this is which is nothing but 100. Then divided by 100 plus load. Sorry, for this case the output is nothing but the input of B. For the output of A is nothing, load of A is nothing but the input of B, which is nothing but 100 kilo ohm. So this is 100 divided by 100 plus this 10, because our output A is 10. So this is 100 plus 10. Since all are in kilo ohm, I have not written kilo ohm over here. So this is kilo ohm. Okay, this is the gain of A. This is the load of A. Load of A, which is nothing but the input of B. Then this load of A plus output resistance of A. So load of A, which is nothing but input of B, whose value is 100 kilo ohm, and the output of A, which is nothing but 10 kilo ohm. Here it is 10 kilo ohm. Then for A to this source, which is nothing but a gain, means of gain of this, that is 1, it is there. Then the output load of this circuit is nothing but the input of this A. So the input of this A is nothing but 10 divided by sum of this. So this is 10, that is the input of A, which is the load, and the R output. R output in this case is nothing but my RS. My RS value is given 100 kilo ohm. Since here it is 10 kilo ohm, 10 kilo ohm, 10 kilo ohm, I have not written kilo. Okay. So this way you have to proceed from right to left. So if you solve this one, you will get a value 4.13 volt per volt. And in dV, multiply 20 log this value, you will get 12.32. This is for SABL. Now if I will connect SBAL, means I will put my B part here and A part over here. Similarly, what I will get? V out upon VS is nothing but V output upon VA, then VA upon VB, then VB upon VS. And similar to this way, again if I will put those values and if I will solve, I will get a value 0.49. The same process. You have to see which one is the load, which one is the gain, and which one is the output. Okay. This is the value, and for this value if you convert in dB, it will become minus 6.19. And then the question is asked, which one is the best between these two? Obviously our SABL connection will be best because it is giving me more voltage gain as compared to this one. Okay, this seems bit lengthy and bit difficult, but once you will solve this one, there is nothing, just a voltage divider rule using this formula, and you have to think which one is the load and which one is the input for that one, which one is the output for that one. Okay. In this question, it is given, this is a two transconductance, V1 and V2 value is given. We have to find our output in terms of V1 and V2. GM value is given, transconductance value is given, load resistor is given. What is transconductance amplifier? That the GM value, which is nothing but I output upon V input, means it is a current source which is controlled by voltage. So voltage controlled current source, that is called transconductance amplifier. At the time we have to make our output equal to 0 volt. Here see, here also my output is 0 means short circuited. Here also my output is 0 means short circuited. Okay, for this I am talking only for this amplifier. For this amplifier, my output is short circuited, that is connected to the ground, and I have to find GM upon I0. But this is the concept. But here already it is given, GM value is given, so no need to worry about that. Now it is asked, we have to find our output. So what is the output? V out, which is nothing but I across load this R multiplied this R value. Okay, voltage equal to current into resistance, Ohm's law, using Ohm's law. The resistor value is given 5 kilo ohm. I have to find the current across this. There is no path over here, means whatever the current that will come, that will flow through this R. So here you see, so to this node, one current is coming, that is GM V1. one current is leaving, that is GM V2, and again one current is leaving, that is I, that is the IR. So at this node, using Kirchhoff's current law, number of current incoming is equal to number of current outgoing. So GM V1 is incoming is same as I plus GM V2. These two are the outgoing current. Okay, this is one current because it is a transconductors which is a voltage controlled current source. It is a current source. So what will my I? GM V1 minus V2. Then my output voltage, which is nothing but I into R, that is GM into V1 minus V2 multiplied by R. Okay. In the first part it is given what will be the value of A if V1 equal to V2 equal to 1 volt. If V1 equal to V2 equal to 1 volt, then V1 minus V2 it will become 0. Then at that case my output will become 0. Okay. Whatever be the value of GMR, it will not matter. Once V1 and V2 both are 0, it will become 0. In the second part it is given V1 is 1.01 and V2 is 0.99. So I will put V1 and V2. I will multiply GM value is given 100 milliampere per volt because it is current upon resistance. My GM is nothing but a current I output upon V input. Current upon voltage. Sorry, current upon voltage. That's why ampere per volt. So this is GM. This is V1 minus V2 multiplied by R is given 5 kilo ohm. 5 into 10 power 3. This 10 power 3, 10 power minus 3 will cancel out. 100 into 5 is nothing but 500 multiplied by 0.02. So 2 by 100, it will become 10 volt. So this is the output voltage if my V1 and V2 will be the value 1.01 and 0.99. In the second part it is asked if it is applied to a differential amplifier. So this is V1, this is V2, this is output. What is our output voltage? Output voltage is nothing but difference between these two multiplied by this open loop gain of this amplifier. So my V output is nothing but A V0 into V2 minus V1. Okay. So this part is not that much important. But now for this chapter, only for you take the value of GM, put in the formula, find at the node the current for this load and multiply current into resistance. So this is all about your 10 numericals. Okay.